Moving on now to Venezuela, where the Venezuelan government has decided to sell commodities and currencies other than the U.S. dollar in a bid to escape Washington's imposed sanctions on the country. President Nicolas Maduro said Venezuela would start selling oil, gas, and other products in new currencies, including the Chinese yuan, the Japanese yen, and the Russian ruble. He said that an economy free from the U.S. imperialist system was possible. Last month, Washington imposed fresh sanctions on Caracas, barring American banks from trading with the Venezuelan government or its state-run oil company. The South American country has been reeling from unrest for months in a crisis caused by political disagreements amid shortages of food and medicine, as well as hyperinflation. Crossing over to Ontario, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jason Unruhe, political commentator. Thank you so much for being with us. Can this work, this alternative situation that the Venezuelan president is actually offering, trying to make deals in other instead of the dollar, trying to use other types of currency? Do you think that it can be effective?
Oh, I definitely think it can be effective. Thus far, opposition groups in Venezuela, particularly very large companies that have an interest in damaging the Bolivarian revolution, have converted much of their current. It works how when they want to import, they convert their money to U.S. dollars. Then they don't import as much as they say they're going to. They import a smaller amount, report a higher amount, then take those U.S. dollars, which they had exchanged through the Venezuelan central bank, and put them in an offshore account. So essentially, they're hoarding funds inside of the U.S. dollar, which is the main currency used for exchange. And because of this, you end up getting account imbalances, inaccurate reporting about how much is coming in or coming out of the country. Now, a switch to using different currencies would likely hinder this kind of dishonest economic activity by these large companies. You know, as I said, many of them certainly with trying to damage the Bolivarian revolution. When you're using a multiple currency situation like this, the tactic becomes much more difficult. It should also be noted that the United States has a great deal of control over the U.S. dollar, of course, because it's their own, and that they have the power to make certain manipulations and to make certain decisions regarding the currency that can harm Venezuela. Taking it outside of that and putting it in the hands of multiple currencies creates a multipolar situation where no one state can particularly wield that much power over Venezuelan trade. I mean, it's a good way to avoid U.S. imperialism because the U.S. does not control other countries' currencies, and by dividing it up among multiple countries means that even if someone like Japan, who was a very strong U.S. ally, is not able to make much of a dent in that situation. But I think there are much more extreme measures that should be taken to deal with the U.S. economic war on Venezuela. But basically, this is a short explanation as to how this would help the situation.
And now let's talk about Washington's possible reaction, because, of course, especially in South America and Central America, the United States wants to basically control the narrative, and especially in dealing with economics, not too happy when a country such as Venezuela switches from the U.S. dollar. Do you think that we're going to see more of Washington's interference and perhaps manipulations done inside of Venezuela?
Oh, I definitely see there's going to be a lot more coming from the U.S., particularly now that Venezuela has ditched the U.S. dollar. This has led to the destruction of many countries. Many people recall that it was just after Iraq decided to start selling its oil in euros rather than U.S. dollars that suddenly there became reasons for the U.S. to invade that country. The same thing many people suspect is what happened to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. Once he had proposed an African gold dinar, then all of a sudden U.S. imperialism found some reason to attack his country, either directly or indirectly through different groups. So I think a move like this, which slights U.S. imperialist power so much by undermining its economic power against the country, there is certainly going to be retaliatory measures. Anytime that Venezuela does something to improve its situation, it is more often than not countered by something to make it worse by the United States.
Thank you so much for being with us out of Ontario, Mr. Jason Unruhe, political commentator.